Hey, it's Megan of M. Avery Designs Sewing Studio in Hoboken, New Jersey, and I wanted to share a little video with you this morning. I think I was in the shower and I was thinking about how I needed elastic and there doesn't seem to be any elastic to be found. So I was like, oh man, what about if I just did some homemade elastic with some really stretchy fabric? And stretchy fabric's not the greatest, it's not fun to sew with, but if you just cut some stretchy fabric into 1-inch strips like I'm doing here, this is literally like the bottom of a dress. I had cut this dress and to turn it into a little tank top because I didn't like it as a dress. And this is the bottom, and I am cutting it into a 1-inch strip as long as I can. I'm basically just taking the piece here. And then I'm going to fold that strip with wrong sides facing. So the right side is on the outside. I'm just folding it into this 1/2-inch skinny piece. I'm going to put my sewing machine on a zigzag stitch. And I'm going to start it out at about a 4 in my width of the zigzag stitch. And then the length should be pretty small. I have mine at 2 millimeters on this sewing machine. So then I'm going to place the strip of fabric underneath my presser foot, and I'm just going to start zigzagging. And you know what? Don't start right at the beginning so it doesn't get sucked into your machine. Go about 2 inches without sewing and then start it. It'll just be a lot easier to get started. And then I'm zigzagging. Basically, I want my zigzag to be just about the width of that piece. So I just adjusted it there so it's a bit wider. And I'm literally just gonna sew a zigzag stitch till the end. I'm not pinning anything. I'm just stopping every couple inches and making sure it's folded evenly, and then feeding through that portion of it and zigzagging over it. And the zigzag is important because you have to make it still be stretchy, and don't stretch this fabric when you sew it. Just let it flow through the machine without stretching it out. If you stretch it out, it's going to be too stretched out and it's not going to work as elastic. So I'm feeding that whole thing in. I ran over some seams just because like I said, this is an actual bottom of the dress. So anytime I did that, I just kind of gently pulled it through, but didn't stretch it out. Now my masks that I want to make need 7-inch pieces of elastic. So I'm cutting this long strip into 7-inch pieces. And then from there, I'm just gonna clean it up. If there's little jaggedies that are hanging off and it doesn't look nice and neat, then I'm just gonna clean that up with my scissors. And now I've got a bunch of elastic. Hope that's helpful.